They see the goals, they see the left foot, the speed, the smiles, the celebrations. They see the man who became a hero to millions, but they don't see the journey that built me. They don't see the sacrifices hidden behind my success. They don't see the boy who grew up in a small village with nothing but a dream that felt too big for the world around him. I was not born a legend. I was born in Nagrig, a place far from stadiums, far from fame, far from everything the world now associates with my name. A place where people worked hard, prayed deeply, and believed that dreams belong to God, not to children. But even as a boy, I dared to believe differently. I believe dreams belong to those who were willing to suffer for them. I believe destiny listens to those who refuse to whisper. Football wasn't a choice for me. Football was a calling. My village was small. My dream was enormous. Every day after school, I played until the sun disappeared behind the fields. Barefoot, no proper pitch, no equipment, no luxury, just a ball, dusty ground, and a soul that refused to stop running. People say they saw talent in me from the start, but talent is only the seed. Hunger is the soil, discipline is the water, faith is the sunlight. I didn't grow because I was gifted. I grew because I refused to be limited by my circumstances. When I joined the youth team in Cairo, everything changed. Not because opportunity arrived, but because sacrifice now had a price. From my village to Cairo was 4.5 hours each way, 9 hours of travel. Every day, a child holding a bag of dreams, too heavy for most adults. I would wake before sunrise, run to the bus stop, and ride through deserts, cities, heat, and exhaustion, just to train for a few hours, and come back home long after dark. People don't understand what those trips did to me. They think it was hard. It wasn't hard. It was sacred. Every mile strengthened my resolve. Every trip carved discipline into my bones. Every hour on that road whispered, "Your dream is real. Keep going." The world didn't see those journeys, but those journeys built the warrior inside me. Then came Basel, my first time leaving Egypt, um, my first time leaving everything familiar, family, uh, language, culture, comfort. I was young, alone, and chasing a future that felt miles away from the man I was then. But discomfort is a gift. Isolation is a teacher. Homesickness is a training ground for resilience. I trained harder. I ran faster. I adapted. I learned. Every challenge became a mirror, showing me who I was and who I needed to become. Basel gave me a platform, but Chelsea, Chelsea gave me a test. When I arrived at Chelsea, the world expected me to explode. I expected the same, but life does not always open the door when you knock. Sometimes life asks, "How badly do you want this?" I didn't play much. I didn't shine. I didn't fit. People started to whisper, Salah is not good enough. He won't succeed in England. He reached his ceiling, and for a moment, I felt their words pressing onto my shoulders, heavy, cold, cruel. But pressure does not break warriors. Pressure sharpens them. Chelsea didn't end me. Um, Chelsea introduced me to the version of myself that refuses to accept mediocrity. Failure didn't make me weaker. Failure made me hungry. So I went to Fiorentina. Italy reminded me who I was. Italy taught me how to evolve. Italy gave me breath again. Then came Roma, a club that didn't just believe in me, they unleashed me. I grew, I transformed, I sharpened my weapon. I became faster, smarter, stronger. Hard work stopped being something I did. Hard work became who I was. The world began to notice, but I didn't notice the world. I noticed only one thing. I was becoming the man I always imagined in those long bus rides to Cairo. Then Liverpool called and destiny answered. Um, when I arrived at Anfield, I felt something I had never felt anywhere else, a connection, a fire, a purpose. Liverpool wasn't just a club. Liverpool was a heartbeat, a place where passion breathes, where history whispers, where warriors rise. People thought I would be good. No one expected what happened next. The goals came, the records fell, the fans roared. My name echoed across the world. But none of that was magic. None of that was luck. None of that was sudden. It was years of discipline, years of sacrifice, years of choosing work over comfort, years of building a mindset unshakable by doubt. Let me tell you something real. Every time I step on the pitch, I remember the child inside me, the one who traveled 9 hours a day, dreaming of stadiums he had never seen. I play for him, for my family, for my country, for every kid in the Arab world who dares to dream in a language the world doesn't always listen to. I play for purpose, not applause. People see my body and think it came easy. They don't see the early mornings, the diets, the gym sessions, the discipline to say no to temptation. People see my speed. They don't see the hours of sprint repetitions, the burning lungs, the pain in my legs, the moments my body begged to stop, and my spirit whispered, one more. People see my goals. They don't see the 1,000 missed shots in training. The days I stayed behind when everyone else went home. The nights I visualized scoring long before I ever stepped on the pitch. People see the glory. They don't see the grind. Champions League nights. Those were battles written in fire. Pressure, intensity, destiny. When I scored against Manchester City, when I buried chances that sent Anfield into chaos, when I stood in front of thousands with my hands outstretched, I wasn't celebrating goals, I was celebrating survival, growth, rebirth. I was celebrating the boy from Nagreg who refused to surrender. The world saw my success, but success means nothing if you lose your soul. So I stayed humble, stayed grounded, stayed connected to where I came from. I returned to my village often, not as a star, but as a son, as a brother, as the same boy who walked the dusty streets with a ball at his feet. I give back because I know how it feels to lack. I help because I know how it feels to hope. My faith guides me. My character defines me. My purpose drives me. I do not play for fame. I do not play for praise. I play because football is the language of my soul. Let me tell you another truth. There were moments I wanted to stop. Moments when the pressure felt unbearable. Moments when criticism pierced deeper than injuries. Moments where my body was exhausted and my mind was tired of proving itself. But every time I felt that weight, I remembered my journey. I remembered who I am. I remembered where I came from, and I remembered the millions who see themselves in my story. When you carry the hopes of a nation, you learn something powerful. Your purpose is bigger than your pain. In training, I push myself not because I need to, but because I cannot imagine being average. Average is death to me. Average is betrayal to the child who sacrificed everything. Average is disrespectful to the gift I was given. Excellence is not effort. Excellence is identity. I train when others rest. I prepare when others relax. I focus when others are distracted. People call it obsession. I call it responsibility. There are nights when I replay my journey in my mind. The village, the bus rides, the failures, the doubts, the rebirths, the goals, the trophies, the prayers, and I realized something. I didn't choose this life. This life chose me. But I earned every piece of it through discipline, humility, and dedication. Today, people call me a king of Egypt, a hero of Liverpool, a global star. But those titles are shadows. What matters is the man behind them. The man who wakes up every day ready to work, ready to push, ready to inspire. I am not finished. My story is not complete. My hunger hasn't dimmed. My fire still burns. I still run like the boy who dreamed in silence. I still train like the man who wants to honor his family. I still fight like the warrior who refuses to be forgotten. I am Mohamed Salah, and I was not born unstoppable. I became unstoppable